togera munene wanene wambarario niwe ira no mundi ona roshio nano vetoraga tene na tene nano vetoraga tene na tene.
Yes, thanks so very much, our sister Sadi, for your sweet song. God bless you and God do you good. Yes, it's my hope and trust that the Lord has kept you well. And it's also my joy to invite all of us to join Matalo TV for more information about boy child. Yes, Matalo TV will never frustrate, will never break your heart, but it's our promise that we'll always give you the best and will always encourage you. So this day, once again, we are on our very topic on why the boy child is growing weak by the day. And be reminded, this is a call to the hurting man. But we also invite our sisters to join together with us, even as we carry on with the studies and as we educate one another on how best to handle and to raise our sons and also our daughters. Yes, we are on the 6 levels of leadership. And I believe to those of you who've been following us, you have really studied a lot, or you have really gotten informed in such a great way. And today, I don't want to repeat from where we started, but I can also I can only mention the 6 stages of leadership. Then I'll get to speak from where we stopped last time. Now, we have talked about individual leadership. We have talked about the leading of the wife. We've talked about the 2 stages of leading of the leadership of the children. That is leading the child from day 1 to 18 years, and from 18 years to maturity. Then we come to social leadership, and we've really tackled on that. And I believe a majority of us have gotten it right. Now, the other stage that we covered is religious leadership, and we went into depth about that. And I know many of the Christians have learned a lot and how to conduct themselves and how to run their lives as Christians. Now, the last stage is the resource management or resource leadership. And I remember I gave us some introduction about the same, and that is where we are going to continue from this very particular moment. And maybe before we get started, allow me to switch to the other side of the studio and bring to us this number, even as we look for a good pen and a good notebook from where to write. Please enjoy this song that is coming from the other side of the studio.
Yesu tuondole tabu na kusumbuka, Yesu tuondole, tuko mbele zako, Yesu tukiomba, haleluya, wewe unaweza. Tuliokujika moyo kwa mambo tunayapitia,
Thanks also very much, Apostle John, for your sweet song. God bless you and do you good. Yes, I remember I introduced to us these 4 stages on how best to handle wealth and riches, or money and wealth. Now, this is what I said, that it is not in our power to contain the power of wealth and riches. No. It is only God who can give us what it takes to be able to contain or to handle the power of wealth and riches. So I say, number 1, we should go to God and ask God to give us the power on how to contain or to handle money or wealth. Now, number 2, I said it is important that we understand that we do not have what it takes to be able to spend the money the way we want. It is only God who can give us what it takes to be able to spend what we have acquired. So we go to God and ask Him to give us the power and also to give us the wisdom on how to spend what we have already gotten. Number 3, it is not in our power to control the power of money or the power of resources. Money is so powerful. If you don't know, money is so powerful, and we need to handle it with care, and we need to be very careful when we start transacting money, because money has power and ruthless power. So we need to go back to God and ask God to give us power to handle the power of money. Yes, to God to give us power to handle the power of money. And number 4, it is not in our power to rule over the power of money or wealth. Now, money has what it takes to rule your life and to rule everything that is about you. So you don't just wake up one morning and pray about with money or wealth. No, that has, money or wealth has some very tough rules, and if you're not careful, you'll be ruled by money from Monday to Monday. Year in, year out, money will rule you and control you into whatever areas that money want to take you. So it is not in our power to be able to rule over the rulership of money and wealth. So we need to go to God to ask Him to give us the power to rule over money and resources, money and wealth. And as we do so, I want to promise all of us it will be well with us. But how many people know about these 4 steps? A majority do not know anything about the four stages, or on how to to learn, on how to control, or how to spend, or how to contain the money that God gives them. And so, because I want you to invite many on board, please, I want to give you some space such that you may be able to welcome everybody. This involves women and men. Please welcome your friends, welcome your neighbors. Tell them Matalo TV is already on air and we are waiting for you such that we may be able to begin together. I'm going now to take us into depth about what I've just mentioned, and I believe as you listen keenly to what I'm going to teach us, you survive the wrath of money, the wrath of wealth. And so let's switch to the other side of the studio and get this number, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Marcus Records. Thanks so very much, our sister Jen, for your sweet song. God bless you and do you good. Yes, I know now you're prepared to learn, and I'm also very much ready to take you into this process. Now, I've said it a million times that you can never tell people's character when they're poor. It's very hard to tell people's character when they're poor. You only get to know people's character when they start touching and handling big money. That is the only time you start to see their real character. So when people start to handle big money, or when they start to have some breakthrough in wealth, that is the time you realize that these are not the same people that I used to relate with. These are not the same people that I used to share a table with. Some of them becomes very arrogant, others become very proud, and others, they become very rough in this life. And you have even heard others tell others, "I'll beat you up and I'll also pay you." That's arrogance, and we've seen, because I've been in this field for so long. We've seen even very polite people, very harmless people, when they got the breakthrough in finances, such people changed abruptly. We have seen people who could not even harm nobody becoming very harmful when they start handling big money. So it is important that all people realize it is not easy to contain contain money or to handle money. It requires that God gives you power and wisdom on how to contain or to handle that money that God is giving you. Now, another thing that breaks my heart so very much is that when people start experiencing some financial breakthrough, they lose touch with God. They are no longer interested in fellowshipping with God. They are no longer interested in prayers. They are no longer interested with the Word of God. And if they must attend a service, it must go according to what they have planned, not according to what the church program is. So if you delay them, or if you go against their time, they are very harsh and they cannot be contained. Listen to this. It is in the Word of God where the Bible says in Deuteronomy 8 and verse 18 that it is God who gives you the power to make wealth. And God was so particular with the Israelites. He told them, when you go to occupy that land, yes, do not forget this, that it is God who gives you the power to make wealth, even to fulfill the promise that he had made to their forefathers. So let me just warn a people here, or send us a warning, because all of us are victims in this. It is not very easy to control or to contain money. Money will control you, will master you, will destabilize you, will break you into pieces, and it will literally mess you up if you're not well grounded in God, or if you're not mentored to handle such. So it is important that we undergo this mentorship class in order that what is coming our way, or whatever we have already achieved, may not destroy us. So it is important from today to understand that it is one thing to have financial breakthrough. It is yet another thing to contain the same, or to handle the same. Number two, yes, I've just said it is not in our power to be able to spend what we have. It takes God to intervene to help us spend what we have achieved, or what we have gotten. Now listen to this. You can bear me witness that when money comes into our hearts, such come to destabilize us. Me, I am a witness. I know, and I know there are people who are laughing at the back there. Because money, when money comes into your hands, it comes with a lot of suggestions, and it comes with a lot of plans and ideas. Me, I've seen people without money, and people who knows how best to plan and even to make some good resolutions, only because they don't have money at hand. But when money knocked at their door, and when money came their way, whatever resolutions they had made are forgotten. Whatever plans they had made, such are forgotten. Money comes in to corrupt everything about these people. And money has even corrupted families. Me, have seen people who have lived very peacefully for years as married couples. I've seen such live in harmony, live peace-free, only when they had no money and big money in their hands. Wait a moment, when money came their way, and it's like they wanted now to spend what is at the table. The money suggested many things to these dear couples. And today, millions of people who've got with them big money and who've got with them breakthrough in wealth, many families are never together again. That is the truth of the matter. Many families don't enjoy again, they endure. Listen to this. If you don't have the power on and the wisdom on how to spend money, money will suggest to you what you ought to do. And money will drive you in the way it will suggest to you. And money will corrupt you and will corrupt your morals. So it is not easy to spend money the way people think. It isn't. Listen to this. I've seen people who've never tasted beer taste beer because they have financial breakthrough. They have a lot of money with them. Listen to this. When you start now getting to spend money anyhow, money will suggest to you even bad things that you don't know about. I have seen people run away from God and they start worshiping the devil because money has driven them that direction, or money and wealth has driven them to that kind of a life. But be reminded, it is God who gives us the power to make wealth or to prosper. So money and wealth minus God causes death. Money and wealth minus God causes death. So hear this. Anytime you take away God from what you have, that thing will destroy you. Anytime you do away with God because you have amassed enough wealth, let me tell you, some days that wealth will kill you. And I've always said to young people, there is nothing as dangerous as as having some financial breakthrough when you have not matured enough. There is nothing as dangerous as having some financial breakthrough when you are young and when you are not mature in your soul and in your spirit and also in your mind. That thing is so dangerous for our young people. That animal you cannot handle by your own small thinking. Your small thinking. It cannot be handled because you have some papers with you. It requires that God get involved, because it is only God who has what it takes to handle that kind of pressure, to handle that kind of power. And that's why I'm saying the Israelites were warned ahead of time by their Creator that when you get there and you get riches, you get to to live in houses that you never build. You start enjoying the fruits that you never planted. Please, you people, do not forget that it is the Lord your God who gives you power to produce wealth. So anytime any man or any woman detaches himself from God and start leaning or relying on wealth and riches, that is a destroyed life altogether. Get it from me? Yes. And if what I'm saying is not true, do your own research. You get to understand that there are people who've got with them big bungalows, big mansionettes, but they don't spend the night in their bedroom. They have separate bedrooms because there are things that came their way and separated them. Money comes with a lot of immorality. If you are not mentored well enough, money will bring your way a lot of immorality. It has power to introduce you to immorality, and you have no control over such when money start working against you. Yes, learn it from your neighbors, learn it from your sisters, your brothers. Yeah, just to mention but a little of what is happening even in our families. We have seen it, that when some of us start to get some breakthrough, oh my, we torment those that are weak and those that do not have. Yes, the strong, the financiers in that family carry the day all the time, no matter how good ideas the rest have. They carry the day. They manipulate their parents. They mishandle their parents because they have money with them. Listen to this. Having money doesn't mean that we have the wisdom to spend. Having money doesn't mean that we have the wisdom on how to contain such. It is beyond human understanding, and that's why you should lean 100% on God when you start experiencing some financial breakthrough. Otherwise, you'll be a gone case within no time. Yes, that is the truth of the matter. Now let's come to this power. I'm talking about this power, the power of money, the power of wealth. Let me tell you, if you don't involve God in how you spend that money, the money has power to control your thinking, to control your behaviors, to control everything that is about you. I've seen people, when money comes their way, they buy things that are not even worthy to be bought. They change their lives randomly, and they forget that there is a process to follow before they engage into lives that they cannot maintain. I have seen people getting controlled of the power of money, and they change they change their status all of a sudden, and it's like now I'm a new person, I'm a new creation. I have no value for nobody. I don't care who comes my way, and they even don't care to respect their parents, because money has power to control. So get to understand that as you get some breakthrough in finances and in wealth creation, please rely on God 100%, not 50%, but 100%. Yes, look around. Even the leaders, the political leaders, the religious leaders, money has corrupted all people. We have witnessed very righteous people, very genuine people become very corrupt people, very immoral people, only because they have gotten breakthrough in finances and in wealth. And when such came into their hands, the power behind that they could not contain. They could not handle the power behind the breakthrough. So get to hear it from me that money has what it takes to control you and to lead you into what direction that money will suggest. Another thing, money rules over people. Yes, money rules over people. Me have seen people get some breakthrough, And whatever money lose over their lives, if they lose that you be, an alcoholic from morning to evening, let me tell you, you'll be there, you'll be lured in that direction, and you cannot change by your own power. You cannot change by your own decisions. You'll be lured to become alcoholic from morning to evening. Money can lure you to become a prostitute, and a very bad prostitute, that you sleep with every woman, everywhere, anytime. Money has power. Listen to this. Do your own research. To people who are not godly. Yes, money will lure them to run after every skirt that passes around. And you cannot control yourself. It will rule over you. And the rulership of money and wealth is so cruel, so harsh, that it does not spare nobody. Yes. Right now, as I'm talking, I wish those big hotels can be opened. That God will come and uncover and see what is happening. Like even as I'm talking right now, you hear of any man of evil taking place. Why? Because money and wealth has what it takes to rule over people, and such do not lure you in the right way. It lures you in a way that you be corrupted until you kill yourself by the power of the same. Yes, it is not easy to rule money and wealth. It takes God to give you what it takes to rule over wealth and money. Such does not come from man. No, it will destroy you. It will run over you. It will rule over you in a very ruthless way. And so, men and women who are following me, how many divorces have we witnessed because somebody had some breakthrough in finances and they cannot dare now contain the wife of their youth, the man of their youth, because they have some financial breakthrough. Listen to this. It's very hard to rule even people who are being ruled by money and wealth. It becomes very hard to contain them, to rule them, or to govern them. It becomes very hard. And listen to this. Money and wealth can either lead you into a godly life or to that other life that I don't want to mention. And so I don't want to dwell so much on that. I'm only giving us some leads on how to handle money and to handle, wealth that God brings our way. But the bottom line is, let us engage God in matters finances, in matters wealth. Let us not go that route alone. We cannot survive. Let us not go that route alone. And lastly, I just want to mention this. Money has the power to rule over you, to become so greedy that you don't get satisfied. No matter how many millions and billions of money you amass to yourself, you become more greedy by the day because of this kind of rulership. Yes, it is in the public domain that people who've got some financial breakthrough, and I don't mean that everybody will be destroyed of this, because there are people who understand that we need God in this, and they are doing it very well. But if you do it by your own understanding, if you do it because you have some papers with you, if you do it because maybe you think you're the best business person, let me tell you, greed will strike you, and you'll have thirst for more, and nobody can quench that. And you'll die looking for more, and you'll never get settled. So you'll be lured to run after money and wealth, and you'll not find rest. you will not find peace until you face your grave. And so, I'm only throwing to us this caution. Let's be cautious on how we tread this route. Let us not forget God. Let us not deny ourselves a chance to connect with God in this. Because the moment we do it alone and we walk alone on this path, danger will strike. Death will strike. Many things will go wrong. And so, because I know there are so many things that you are learning, please make sure that you implement that which you are receiving. And as you do it that way, you'll have peace with God and peace with man. You'll have peace with whatever wealth that God gives you and whatever money that God gives you. Otherwise, if you do it your own, you are done. But with God, all things are possible. And so, young men, young women, please take heed of this. Old men and old women, take heed of this. Things are not as easy as people think. And there is power, again I repeat, there is power in wealth and riches that you cannot handle, that you cannot contain. It's only God who can give you the power and the wisdom on how to go about that. God bless you and God do you good. I'll introduce to you some many other things until all of us get to a level of understanding. Let's switch to the other side of the studio and receive this number.
Wabati